distraction. It's all on you now. And just give me some reaction. Just wanna go. I like the way you move. Really wanna get with you.
It's another beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is Rubbing Minds. Welcome. My name is Ebuka Obiuchendu. It's our last show in January. January is already over. Isn't that scary? 2015 is already speeding away, and of course, February comes, which means the presidential elections are around the corner. 20 days from today till the presidential elections are held, which is also 286 days since over 200 girls were abducted from the government secondary school in Chibok. A lot is happening in Nigeria right now. Politics is thick in the air. The past week has been very intense with Buhari's certificate being talked about, Mr. President finally visiting Maiduguri, attacks renewed again in the northeast. So much is happening, and if we decide to go into all of that, of course, the show today will be fast spent. We are going to go on to the show immediately, and we'll have a special guest in the house. We're going to be talking a bit of politics, of course. Yemi Adabolekun, Executive Director, Enough is Enough Nigeria. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Politics, 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 and a lot of people have wanted a debate to hold. It looks like it might be happening.
Yes, it does. We're keeping our fingers crossed. So presidential debate. So EiE is working on 6 gubernatorial debates, governorship debates, 1 in each of the geopolitical zones. And in partnership with Global Shapers, Gemstones, and Gen Voices, we're co-hosting a presidential debate. Invitations, letters have been sent to both presidential candidates. And we're also trying to get citizens in terms of voting for the topics that they want to show that they would also like a debate as well.
Yeah. It's very interesting that you talk about a presidential debate there. You were part of Enough is Enough Nigeria was part of hosting a presidential debate in 2011,
yes,
which I was a part of as well.
Yeah.
And a couple of candidates didn't show up at the time. And people have asked, okay, this time things should be different. Why are we not hearing anything about a debate coming up? How concrete is this one this time?
Well, I would say pretty concrete. So at least one of the 2 leading candidates has agreed in principle to attend. So that's a lot better than we did in 2011. And we're hoping, I mean, at the end of the day, we're hoping that one of them choosing to participate will, in a sense, almost force the hand of the other one to participate. Because it then looks quite odd if citizens are asking for a debate and only one of them agrees to come. So we're hoping that that helps drive that conversation.
Why are debates such a problem here, though? I mean, you would think that candidates would be excited to share their ideas with voters. Why is it such a problem here to have those?
I think 2 things. One, they're more excited to share their ideas at a rally. So you get 2 things from a rally. 1, nobody talks back. And 2, you have a huge crowd. So debate is seen as a more confined space. And you actually have to defend your position. So not only
answer questions.
So not only are you defending your positions against whoever the moderator is, but you're also having to either rebut or disagree with your opponent. So it's a slightly different dynamic that they would rather not have.
Do you think debates work in Nigeria, though, with influencing the choice for people to vote?
Honestly, not as much as we would like. But as an organization and with our partners, it's something that we firmly believe is an important part of our democracy. Therefore, it's something we're committed to continuing to. As you said, we did it in 2011. In between 2011 and now, we did state debates in Cross River, Anambra, Ekiti, and Osun. And now we're continuing again. The first gubernatorial one was actually on yesterday in Plateau State. And both the APC, Labour, and PDP candidates showed up.
Yeah. Great stuff.
And it was aired live on their state broadcasting station. So we're committed to building that. So at the end of the day, it does make a larger influence that people feel, or the candidates feel, that they have to attend.
Yeah. I asked that because I know that in 2011, some of the candidates who didn't show up ended up doing very well at the elections. And some people also thought were going to be great at debates ended up not doing so well. So
yeah, it's interesting. I mean, someone like Shekarau, who's not current Minister of Education, when he did the NN24
he was like
debates,
the standout of...
Exactly. And it was good for him. And I think it's honestly helped his political career in terms of even just awareness. Because there were loads of people who had never heard of him, who had never seen or couldn't pick him out in a lineup, and obviously who had never heard him speak. So listening to a governor of Kano, people said, oh, really? He's governor of Kano. What has he done? And people started asking questions. So I think, and that's the momentum we want to build on. So people being aware of those who are running for office, how do they present themselves? Because at the end of the day, even at the presidential level, you will be representing Nigeria in international fora. So it's important.
Now, one of the reasons that Mr. President didn't show up to the last debate in 2011, and one of the reasons that his team gave for not showing up was that they wanted a unified body to organize a debate, and because there were like too many debates at the time. There was the NN24 one, there was an Office of Nigeria, there was the one that NTA organized. There were like way too many. So they said they wanted a unified body. How does this work for Mr. President this time? and his team?
I think it's unfair to ask for a unified body. I think Lagos for me still continues to set the example in terms of debates. I think over the last 3 elections, gubernatorial candidates in Lagos have put themselves up for debates consistently, and they'll do at least 3. They'll do Archbishop Viney, they'll do Channels, they'll do maybe NUJ. So they'll do various bodies because they're different constituencies and different things appeal to different people. The reason why we did 2011, for example, is that we couldn't find a platform that would allow young people to ask questions. So we said, okay, fine, what about us? We'll do our own. But I think it is important because also if you look at it from the perspective of the candidate, if you don't do well in one, you have another opportunity to do better, brush up. Exactly. So it deepens the conversations. And there's so many things that are important to different people. Security is important, economy is important. In the US, for example, one debate alone can be on only 2 topics or only 1. So it gives also an opportunity to talk a bit more in depth over different topics. Yeah.
You mentioned that I remember Obama's re-election, and one of the debates he was a total failure, and he had to bounce back in the next one. But you mentioned issues. Now, what are some of the issues you want to be looking at this debate, the presidential one?
But for the presidential one, the topics people have been voting on, security has topped the list. And I think after security is economy for now. But people have continued to vote. You can vote online, you can vote via SMS. But we suspect security, economy, education, and maybe power or infrastructure. Those might be the 4 that'll top that list.
So you said Lagos, Rivers, Imo, Kaduna, Taraba, and Plateau?
Yes, and Plateau was done,
held.
Yes.
When are the other going to hold? Over the next couple of days or a week? Or?
2 weeks, over the next 2 weeks, yeah. Just trying to confirm candidates and make sure it fits with their campaign schedule at the same time. Yeah.
With the presidential one, do we have a date confirmed for it?
Tentative date. February 2nd, 3rd-ish.
Okay.
2nd, 3rd-ish. Yeah.
Do we know which candidate has confirmed yet, or you don't want to say that on air?
I don't want to say that on air just yet.
Okay. And where is this going to be holding? And
Abuja.
Is it going to be live on TV?
It'll be live on Channels, actually. It'll be live on Channels. It'll be moderated by Mr. John Momo, the chairman of Channels. The John Momo. Will be moderating, chairman of Channels. Live on Channels, and we have partnerships with MTV Base, Facebook, Google, so it'll be streamed online. Nigeria Info FM, so if you're listening, you can hear it on radio as well if you don't have access to TV. There's space for a live audience. Obviously, you need your PVC to be part of the live audience.
That just counts me out, and it's unfair because I don't have my PVC, not because it's my fault.
Yes, maybe we'll make an exception for people like you.
I have my TVC.
Your TVC, exactly. But you can register to participate, to be on the live audience online, www.thepeoplesdebate.ng. And it's also the same platform to vote for the topic that you want, that you think the candidates should debate. Okay,
so the chairman of Channels, John Momo, is going to be hosting, or going to be moderating it.
Yes.
So he's going to have questions before, people going to be able to send in questions?
There'll be a section. Okay, so the format will be, we'll start with questions that are pre-prepared based on the topics that we have. And then we'll give an opportunity for the live audience to ask questions and also take questions from social media and then round it up.
How many candidates are you expecting to have? Just the 2 major
Just
parties?
the 2 major candidates. And the criteria, the reason for us was quite simple because we've been challenged quite a bit on why we don't have all of them or why we don't have a few more. And the reason is very simple. As far as we can see, those are the only 2 candidates that we've seen billboards for, that we've seen jingles for, that we've seen posters for. So we think for the elections that we're having next month, these are really the 2 that are out campaigning. And the objective of a debate is to sort of further that whole, the campaigning narrative.
Okay, so early February, tentatively?
Early February, tentatively. Yeah.
We don't have a date particular, but we know one has confirmed?
Yes.
Great stuff. Looking forward to it. Any other thing you want us to know in particular going forward?
No, just encourage people to go on the website and vote. www.thepeoplesdebate.ng and just vote for the topic you think they should talk about.
Looking forward to it, especially the state ones actually. Lagos, Rivers, Imo, Kaduna, Taraba. Plateau held yesterday. And of course, looking forward to the presidential.
Lagos is probably going to be the 5th, and then the presidential. Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Thank you very much, Yemi. Hopefully it does go well. Hopefully both candidates show up.
And it'll be good to see.
And it'll be nice to see both candidates. Hopefully an hour, 2 hours, I don't know.
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours, yes.
Great
2
stuff.
hours live.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
I'll be there by the window with my TVC.
No, don't worry. We'll let you in.
All right, thanks.
As moderator of last 2011.
Exactly. I should get a pass.
Yeah, we'll let you in.
Thanks for being here today.
Thanks a lot.
We'll take a short break now and be right back. Please stay with us.